Good morning, Canes fan. My Miami Hurricane fans. See, I just came back from my morning run, so I'm kind of a little bit sweaty and a little bit tired right now. But man, let's talk about the bowl game, man. Walk-on bowl game. Now, a lot of y'all already know the quarterback position is back open. It's up for grabs. Now, a lot of y'all are saying that, they should give it to Tate Martell because, y'all just want to see what he can do. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of curious just as much as y'all is, but at the end of the day, y'all already know what Manny gonna do. Manny gonna put them all on the field, and he gonna pick the one that he think is the best, which most of us ain't gonna agree with half the time, but it is what it is. Now, there's a lot of players that will not be participating in this bowl game. So Miami is already at a disadvantage. As y'all already know, if y'all been looking at any kind of sports channel, any kind of sports website, Miami is not the favorite to win this game, plain and simple. Nobody's picking us. We are the underdog. We are a huge underdog. We got players declaring for the NFL draft. Jeff Thomas recently. Who else? As of recent, just Jeff Thomas that, is an update. Now, I don't know what the offense is going to look like next year, but a lot of speculations and a lot of talk are going around that the reason why Jeff Thomas is leaving for the NFL is he don't think the coaching staff that we have at this moment can develop him to be a better NFL player or to be a better player in general for another season. So he don't even think he needs to stay another season. Based on his performance this season, as you can see, he was not utilized the way he was supposed to be. I mean, a lot of y'all are gonna say, oh well, he had this and that off the field, he had that and that off the field issues, and when he was on the field he dropped balls, this and that. That ain't always the case, man. If you run plays to utilize the strength of your players, they will perform and they will go out there and give you 100%. So let's not make any excuses on that. Dan Enos, I'm going to tell you this straight up. Dan Enos' offensive schemes, all his plays, as you can see, they're predictable. He loves this pro style thing that every coach, pretty much, this style of play that he's running is ancient. So all the coaches, at one point in their life, they had to study that. They had to study that offensive scheme. So they figured out how to stop it. They figured out that a long time ago. Now, if he put them in a spread, it gives our offense a lot more option. We don't have just one or two guys to look to. Because in his pro style offense, if you shut down his two major targets, really half the time we don't have nothing else but to either take off on foot or get sacked, or it just be another dead play. Even his run plays are predictable. As you can see, Miami numbers speak. As you can see, Miami is dead last in third down conversions. And if you know what that is, it means basically when it's third and whatever, it could be 1, it could be 10, it could be damn near 15. That means we're going to punt the ball next play because we ain't getting that first down. That's what that means. 3 and out. Once you have a lot of 3 and outs, let's switch over to defense now. With the defense on the other hand, defense been out there run, maybe even stop them short, maybe even just let them have a field goal. But when the offense come back on, that defense need that time on the side to rest, to catch their breath. If you've been out running before, if you've been sprinting before, once you finish your shit, you winded. You need that time to breathe. You need that time to, get that air back up. So with the offense coming off with 3 and outs, the defense ain't got no time to breathe. They ain't got no time to rest. So that's why when you see teams start scoring on us and you're like getting mad and all like, oh man, this defense is garbage, this defense is trash, they ain't playing that real Miami defense. Nah, you gotta use your mind. You gotta be logic with it. If we just went 3 and out, 4 or 5 plays 4, 5 drives in a row, what you expect from the defense? They're gonna get winded. If our offense ain't on the field long enough to give them time on the sideline to rest, they gonna be winded. They gonna be fatigued pretty soon. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do with Enos. I can't come on here and tell y'all that Enos is gone, Enos gonna get fired. What I can tell y'all is Manny don't seem like he's gonna fire Enos. Don't seem like it. Now, if at the end of the season, because it ain't over yet, you know, we still got a little ball game. At the end of the season, if Enos is still here, it mean one or two things. Manny believe in him, and he gonna give him a second chance this season to prove himself. 2, he ain't get no offers from nowhere else to be a head coach. Let's just speak facts. Let's just tell it like it is. Enos get a chance to be a head coach anywhere right now. He's up and out. He is not Miami. He's not here for the long run. We all know it. We ain't blind to it. He was already in the middle of the season talking about, you know, if teams offer him, you know, he'll be willing to look, which you can't blame him for that. But at the same time, that just goes to show you he's not here for the long run. He's not here to develop Miami players. He's not here to develop himself as an offensive coordinator or play caller at Miami. So let's get that straight. Now, a lot of y'all been giving Baker a lot of flack. But what y'all don't understand is Baker defense stood up this year. Miami is I think this is the number 2 Miami defense. I could be wrong, but I swear, I think this is the Miami number 2 defense in Miami history. But we also got to look into it like, hey, who did we play this year? And you know, what they did, why the defense looked so good and the offense looked so trash. Our offense was ranked like what? I think 90 something in the country, maybe even worse than that. Maybe even worse than that. But our defense is ranked number 13. When you look at things like that, something ain't adding up. You have a great defense, and then you have an offense that's struggling. So just imagine if the offense had picked up a little bit. Just imagine you were running a spread and the offense was on the field more often, even if they just come out with a field goal, which is better than what we came out with half the time, 0. So just imagine that offense now staying on the field longer, giving the defense more time to rest. Our defense probably will be ranked way better than 13. If they were playing at the same pace that they were playing, but with more energy. That's what I want to say. More energy, more time to rest and everything. I think the defense would probably be ranked in the top 10, maybe even close to top 5. Now, moving forward, Miami's upcoming season, this is Manny Diaz's time to prove himself. This is his time to prove himself. The first 4 games right now, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, Temple, we're not going to take them lightly. UAB, we're not going to take them lightly. Michigan State, we're not going to take them lightly. Wagner, I don't even know who they is, but I don't think we should take them lightly. If we play Miami football to Miami standards in those first 4 games, we should be 4-0. Those are the non-conference games, by the way. First 4 is non-conference. Those are like our prep game. Everybody's saying it's cupcake, but as I'm looking at this offense, I'm not taking nobody lightly. I'm not saying none of these teams are cupcake. I'm gonna treat all these teams like they Florida State. And that's the mentality I want from Manny and his coaching staff. Treat every team we play as if they're Florida State. If we could do that, we'll be 12-0 this season. I promise you that. 12-0 if we play like that. Now, I'm looking at Michigan State. That's the one oddball that stands out the most, because right now look at their recruiting. Michigan State recruiting is at its all-time low. At its all-time low. I think they got like maybe 20 3-star players. I didn't even see one 4-star player on their signing day list now. But do we take them lightly? No. As a matter of fact, most of us already know sometimes stars don't even matter. It's the fight in the dog. And I ain't talking, look, when I say the fight in the dog, I don't mean no Georgia Bulldog, because we already know how that goes. They have fight all season and then they lose at the end of the season. Man, get back off of that. But yeah, so as long as we run the table, we should be 4-0 in the beginning of the season and then go into ACC play. I'm not going to go any further than that. I want to see next season, because next season is a long time from now. Let's be honest. You already know when football season is over and basketball season is closing. You know, as a sports fan, if you're not into baseball and all those other sports, it's gonna be a boring period for you. You're gonna have to find something to entertain yourself with until football season come back around, which is when maybe August, September. So that's a long time. That's a long time. We got a lot of time. So let's just see how it goes, man. 4 games into the season, if we're 4-0, we're building confidence. The offense is picking up. You know, Dan Enos is proving himself. If he's still here, then we'll go from there, Miami fans. And you know what? This is a long video. I'm gonna wrap it up, but get down in that comment section, man. Tell me what you think. Am I on point with this or not?